everybody, it's Richard back with you to review the latest pro wrestling news and results on Wrestling Rants, baby! Let's go! Round 2 on a Thursday, it's Rantrospective. You look around the corner, look who we got, it's the Wrestling Rants mascot, Cheddar Biscuits, baby! He's joining in on the fun today to see what's going on with Rantrospective, and there he goes. We're going to take a look back on this day in wrestling, June 29th. Significant amount of interesting stuff that I completely forgot in wrestling on this day. Lots of interesting little facts for y'all on a Thursday here with Rantrospective. Why I put in another word, I'm going to keep promoting this till my throat runs dry. Monday Nitro Rewind is coming, folks. Soon, myself, Sin City Steve from the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting in Las Vegas, we're going to be doing a weekly themed rant where we will be doing a watch-along starting from the beginning, WCW Monday Nitro. Starting from that first one from the Mall of America here in Minnesota. I was at the show, so it's going to have a special significance for me to watch this again and to kind of look back at it and throw some thoughts down. And we're going to keep going week after week after week with Monday Nitro Rewind. Should be a fun new concept we're going to try. And you can all watch along with us as well. We're going to have probably the actual footage on the screen as we talk about it in little video screens on the side. There will also be a link provided where you can check it out. If you got the WWE Network, obviously, you can check it out that way as well, doing like a split screen thing on your computer or something like that. Lots of different options. Looking forward to it. We're working on it right now. It's going to drop soon. We'll be giving you more information on that down the road. Also, this weekend, we got a lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing, once again, versus Ring of Honor and Impact on a Thursday night. Thursday Night War continues. Then on the weekend, we got a little bit of everything. We're going to have some laying rant down industry news. We're going to be doing some mega rants this weekend and into early next week as well. A mega rant on the Impact shows from Wagga Wagga, Australia. There's 2 of them actually on a Friday and Saturday. So we'll be covering that and talking about that probably in one big mega rant. And then also, of course, on Saturday, we got the big Money in the Bank show from London, England. I'll probably be doing a mega rant on that on Monday because usually WWE drops a lot of business side information on the show a day or 2 after. So we'll probably wait for that until Monday on the 3rd of July. And then moving into the 4th of July holiday, I talked about it in another rant, but 4 top 10 takes where we're going to be looking back mid-year at what so far in 2023 has been a hit in matches, in moments, which can include returns, debuts, angles, etc., promos. Also, the best events, big events of 2023 so far, all the big pay-per-views, live premium events, whatever you want to call them. And then finally, the top 10 MVPs so far in pro wrestling for 2023. If you're looking for that Monday into Tuesday as part of July 4th weekend here for the holiday, we're going to do it special and proper right here at Wrestling Rants. Okay, all that aside, let's move into Rantrospective. This day in wrestling, June 29th, and we start with 1986. On this day in 1986, an interesting turn of events happened in the AWA, where Nick Bockwinkel was scheduled to take on Stan the Lariat Hansen in an AWA heavyweight championship match. Stan Hansen was the AWA champion at that point, and long story short, he no-showed the match against Bockwinkel, forfeiting the match, basically, giving the title to Bockwinkel. But the real story here was that Stan Hansen went in a very unprofessional way against Vern Gagne in the AWA. So to make a statement that he was kind of going to be exclusive to All Japan Wrestling at this time, he ended up trashing the AWA Championship by running it over with his truck and sending it to Vern Gagne to basically tell him, I'm fucking done with the company, fuck you, and fuck all y'all. What a way to blackball yourself from the AWA. Stan Valeria Hansen. Wow, I had never heard that before until I read that news today. Then we move all the way to 1998 in the Attitude Era. Literally the day before this day, back in 1998, was the King of the Ring pay-per-view. And you know what that was all about. The King of the Ring, 1998, was the Hell in a Cell Classic with The Undertaker and Mick Foley. If you haven't done a watch-along yet, there is a thing on the WWE YouTube where Foley and Undertaker rewatch this match and do commentary over it. It's fascinating stuff. You need to check it out. But on this day in 1998, it was Monday Night Raw, the day after King of the Ring. If you recall, Kane got an upset win over Stone Cold Steve Austin to win the WWE Championship. Well, the next night on Raw, Austin got the rematch with Kane and effectively regained that WWE Championship at Raw in Cleveland, Ohio. 1999, we saw Monday Night Raw also from Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Hardys went over the Acolytes to win the WWE Tag Team Championship. In that one, I believe this was a taped Raw that then aired the following Monday. If you remember the schedules they had back in then, at that time it was Raw was live one week, then they taped the next week's Raw on that Tuesday. They took a break, and then they went live 2 weeks after that. I think that was what was going on here. My mask is bitching like crazy. But the Hardys over the Acolytes, Raw, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 1999, winning those tag championships. Then we move all the way to 2008 and a WWE pay-per-view, the Night of Champions from Dallas, American Airlines Arena. 3 titles changed hands in this one. Mark Henry won the ECW Championship in a triple threat with Kane and Big Show involved in that one. Also, Kofi Kingston defeated Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship. And in this match, this was I do not remember this at all. So going into Night of Champions, as my mask continues to itch like a mofo, Hardcore Holly and Cody Rhodes were the WWE Tag Team Champions. They took on Ted DiBiase Jr. and a mystery opponent who ended up being Cody Rhodes himself, who turned on Hardcore Holly. DiBiase and Cody then defeated Holly in essentially a handicap match to win the WWE Tag titles and effectively start and kick off Legacy, the faction. So this all started at Night of Champions 2008. Moving to 2015 in an Impact taping in Las Vegas, Nevada, Chris Sabin beat Austin Aries and Manic TJP to win the X Division Championship. I believe that was a TV taping. It was not a pay-per-view. 2014, or actually that was 2013, excuse me. 2014 saw Money in the Bank in Boston, Massachusetts. This was when we had 2 Money in the Bank matches, both men's matches, one for basically the SmackDown title, the World Heavyweight Championship, and then the other Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship on separate shows. Seth Rollins and John Cena won the Money in the Bank matches on these ones. And if you recall, Seth Rollins waited to cash in his Money in the Bank all the way to WrestleMania the next year to get it. 2015, there was a Raw in Washington, D.C. on this day. John Cena was United States Champion, and this was around the time where he was doing the U.S. title open challenges. And Cesaro showed up for this one, challenged Cena. Claudio Castagnoli. And they did a 20-minute draw on the match that I recall really enjoying this match. Kevin Owens was on commentary and also interfered in the match at one point, as well as Owens and Cena were starting to feud at this time. 2018, we get some Ring of Honor Best in the World stuff. One of the other Best in the World pay-per-views from Ring of Honor from Baltimore, Maryland. Not much to really talk about on this one. Dalton Castle defended the Ring of Honor World Championship against Cody Rhodes. And a name you haven't heard in a while, Marty Scurll. Then finally, 2019, we have a post-Best in the World taping from Ring of Honor in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the ECW Arena, where a really weird title switch happened here. James Storm defeated Colt Cabana to win the NWA National Championship. So this was when Billy Corgan, I think, was doing some sort of partnership with Ring of Honor. And this is all hazy to me. I do not remember this at all. But basically, from what I read, Storm kind of turned heel on Colt Cabana on this show and then beat him right away for the national championship. So there you go on that one. Before we end this one, a few birthdays to talk about that we didn't talk about in the outset of RANTROSPECTIVE this week. Cody Rhodes on this day was born in 1985. And Serena Deeb in 1986. This is her birthday, baby. So happy birthday to Cody and Serena on this day. And that is it for RANTROSPECTIVE for this week. Come on back tomorrow. We got versus Impact versus Ring of Honor. I looked at the lineup for Ring of Honor. It looks awfully good this week. Impact had some pretty good stuff via the spoilers too. So let's see how they compare and head match to match and quarter hour to quarter hour as part of Versus. Coming up tomorrow, right here at Wrestling Rant.